Hi guys. Welcome back to a new episode of Chit Chat with Mikey. It's Tuesday. Hold on. Let me quickly, touch up my lips real quick. This is by the lovely. One moment, please. This is by the lovely Miss Ariana Grande. And we are looking cute as fuck right now. And yes, queen. Hi, guys. Like I said, welcome to a new episode of Chit Chat with Mikey. For those who are listening to the audio, it's a little weird. I was touching up my lips, and looking at myself in the mirror because I'm so pretty. So, welcome. Where are all my bad bitches at? Raise your hand. Hey girls, hey boys. Today we have a fun topic. Today we're going to chit chat about self-love. So, with that being said, how are you guys doing? Look at how cute I look. Look at how cute you look. You guys look gorgeous. Phenomenal. Why are we going to talk about self-love? Because I think it's time that we have a conversation between me and you about how you need to love yourself and respect yourself. And if you don't believe that, buy yourself a mirror and look in that mirror and be like, I am gorgeous and I deserve everything the universe is going to give me. And I will not settle for less. And I will not deal with an incompetent baboon that would say less than that. Because you know what, baby, I'm beautiful. Beautiful as fuck. And so are you. So get yourself a hand mirror and make sure you look pretty as fuck. Okay? Self-love, my loves. Self-love is something that is very important in our lives. Sometimes we do tend to lack on it a lot. So, a veces we've talked about this in the beginning of the episodes. It's the autoestima. Mucha gente te baja el autoestima. Y eso está cabrón. Ahí sí está cabrón. Porque it's like, cuando te bajan el autoestima está difícil para que una persona vuelva a retomar el self-love. Pero, hunty, get up, get pretty, and do what you gotta do, okay? A ver, estúpidas y estúpidos, incluyéndome yo. Acuérdense, when you love yourself and have self-love for yourself, no one can bring you down. No one, let me put this away because I am not trying to advertise, but I did buy the, sidetracked, I did buy the Ram Beauty lip balm, I believe, the cotton candy, because I've been wanting to try this. I've been wanting to try this for so long, and I like it, and I kind of don't like it on me because of the pinkish tones that it comes out to. I feel like it's too pink for me, but I absolutely love it. Thank you, Miss Ariana Grande, for that. With that being said, we're done with that. I'm setting it to the side. Back to self-love. Make sure you guys have some self-love for yourselves. If you guys have that, no one will ever be able to bring you down. You will have moments where people will bring you down because they will body shame you. They will say you're not good enough. X cosa. But baby, remember, you're more than enough. You're beautiful in your own way. You're gorgeous the way you are made. And let me tell you something. Often el físico no es lo que hace una persona bella, sino lo que tenemos por dentro. El corazón que tienes, la carisma, el respeto, es lo que hace una persona bella. You could have the best body in the world. Te puedes ir a operar ahorita. Me puedo ir a operar, ponerme unas chichis, ponerme un culazo, lo que tú te quieras poner. Levantarme por aquí, estirarme los labios por acá, como tú te quieras mirar. Pero, si no tienes carisma, no tienes un buen corazón, no tienes absolutamente nada de lo que refleja una persona sincera y honesta, no te sirve nada. Sigues siendo igual de culera por dentro y por fuera. That's all I have to say. So remember, you guys are unique. We are all unique. And it is 2026. And it's time for us to take back what's ours, to claim back our beauty, to claim back our respect from all these incompetent assholes. Vice versa, males or females. I don't give a fuck. We are completely raw in this episode, and we're going to talk about why self-love is so important. Because si tú no te quieres, ¿quién te quiere más que tú? Ningún hijo de su puta madre te va a querer más que tú. So quiérete un chingo. A un punto donde te digan que you are conceited, que you are vain. ¿Y qué? ¿Y qué? I don't give a fuck. Do you know why? Because no one will ever love you like you will love yourself and respect yourself. That's for sure. So, how many of you baddies have forgotten to actually wake up and remember that you guys are gorgeous? How many of you guys have forgotten to get your nails done? Why am I going to get my nails done if I'm going to clean, I'm going to cook, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? To feel good, to look good. That's why you're going to go get your nails done. Not because you have to impress anybody, to feel good, so that you can feel good. That's why you're going to go do your hair. That's why you're going to touch up your roots. This is why you're going to dye your hair. This is why you're going to cut your hair. This is why you're going to style your hair, so that you can feel good. Not to impress anybody, to impress your goddamn self. That's what you're going to do. So, get up, get pretty, look good, feel good, and my favorite, smell good. Okay? Not for anybody else, but for yourself. I know we sometimes lack on self-love and self-respect or whatever I think it's the same thing, I'm not sure. But mainly self-love. I know a lot of times we do lack on that. A lot of people, we're going to go into a little more different route right now. Excuse me. A lot of people tend to lack on self-love. And what I personally like to do is something I saw online a while back, because I've always been very conceited of myself. I'm not going to lie to you. I've always been very vain. I've always been very particular in how I want to look, how I want to present myself, how I want to, all of the above. And I did see online that a lot of people, before I go into details, this is why I like a lot this color. This light, soft pink color. Because it reminds me a lot. I don't have it. I'm like looking to my side because I have my bracelets there. But I don't have it. It's the pink quartz. El cuarzo rosado. El cuarzo rosado is a stone that's meant for love, for self-love, for love in general. And I love it. I have a bunch of them, and I'm like looking to the side to see if I have it, and I don't have it with me. But I do tend to buy, a lot of, hold on, give me a second. Sorry guys, on the podcast audio, I'm sorry. On the visual, I apologize as well. I tend to buy a lot of pink. You can see this on me YouTube. I'm like, look at the camera. YouTube. You won't be able to see it on the audio, but this bracelet in particular is pink, and it has the letter M for me, for Mikey, and it has a little heart, as you can tell. I tend to buy a lot of pink because of the self-love. I also like to turn on a little pink candle. Un color rosita. Tiene que ser un color rosita. Prender una velita rosita for self-love. I do like to tend. This is my routine, you guys. There's days when, yes, I do feel like X. I do feel like I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not America's Next Top Model. I'm not X cosa. I feel blah. So I do tend to buy myself flowers. Buy a little candle, turn it on, put on my perfume that I mostly like, perfumito, and then just relax. And remember, think to myself, I am beautiful, I am unique, I am sexy, I am gorgeous, I am all of the above. Because if I don't give myself therapy, who else is going to give myself therapy? We live in a world where, unfortunately, desafortunadamente, um, seas hombre, seas mujer, we don't see past the physical. We don't see past the what society wants us to see. I'm gonna put this bracelet down because I'm looking at the bracelet instead of looking at the camera. We often tend to look more at what's on social media and we want to bring it to life. Then that's something that's very consuming. And I'm talking to you about this topic because this is why sometimes I also do have anxiety attacks and panic attacks because I overthink things a lot. Sometimes it's about, I feel like I don't have the, it's weird. Sometimes I do give myself anxiety thinking that I don't look according to what people want me to see because I am glued on social media, and in social media you have to have all these perspectives, these points of views, y la gente quiere que te veas igual. And it's like, no puedes pedir más de lo que no tienes, ¿verdad? So, unfortunately, we do live in a world where society wants to see what's online, and it's like, we were discussing this a couple months ago. Me and my friend were discussing that back then, like growing up in the 90s, in the early 2000s, 200s, perdón, the 200s, the 90s, the early 2000s. Back then, what was our thing? The trend thing was that females who had the smaller waist, you know, quien tenía la cinturita, los pantalones de caderita y todo ese desmadre. Nowadays, it's who has the biggest ass, who has the biggest tits, who's more pretty from the face, who wears more makeup, who, you know, all of these things. And it's like the comparisons to people now, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And this is why I was like, why not talk about self-love? Because yes, you can wake up and do your makeup. Yes, you can wake up and do your hair and all the above, whatever you want. But remember, we're unique in our own way. That's what makes us beautiful in our own way. And I don't care what a lot of people have to say. I don't care if people are going to say, you're talking out of your ass. I don't care. Just remember, when you stand in front of that mirror, or you have your mirror, and you try to compare yourself to somebody else, remember, you're not them and they're not you. You have what you have, and they have what they have. And if people don't like what you have, then tell them to fuck off clearly. If they try to compare you to the other individual, then you tell them to fuck off. And not in a kind way. Because you don't need someone that doesn't even look like the person that they should be criticizing. If they don't look a certain way, this is why I've always said, and people, you're going to say, like, you're such a bitch. Si tú no te ves como William Levy y me vienes a criticar que no me veo como Maribel Guardia, ¿quién putas te crees que eres tú para abrir el hocico? Dime, contéstame esa pregunta. Por eso te digo, nunca, jamás, de los jamases, dejes que un pendejo te sobaje, que te humille y que te haga sentir menos. Porque si él no se ve como tú lo quieres ver, entonces él no tiene ningún derecho en venir a decirte que no te ves como fulanito o sulanita. Y que ni te estén comparando, porque como les dije, cada quien tiene lo suyo y él puede tener algo que tú no tienes y tú tienes algo que no tienes. Y recuerden, ay, hasta me enojé, ya hasta me frustré. Ahorita voy a aventar el espejo y lo voy a quebrar. Pero son 7 años de mala suerte y no quiero hacer eso. Recuérdense, chicos y chicas, you're unique. Y eso es lo que nos hace bellos. No te compares con el mundo. No te trates de ver como la otra persona, because no eres copia de nadie. There's actually a quote that I found. I don't know if it's true, if Chanel said it. But it says, if you want to be different, then be prepared to be copied. And it's very true. Be different. Be unique. Be yourself. And this is why. because you're you. And you don't need to look like the person next to you. And you don't need to look like the person in front of you. And you don't need to compare your body to the person across from you. No, you do what you want to do. You have the body that you want to have and feel good in. Do you understand? Do I make myself clear? Because you are a bad bitch that way. And that's all that matters. Now, am I going to yell at you right now? Yes. Am I going to tell you to get up and do your nails? Absolutely, honey, because you need to feel good about yourself. You're not impressing anybody. You're not trying to look good for anybody. You're doing it for yourself. Get your nails done. Get your hair done. Quítate ese pinche chongo. Peínate el pelo. Plánchate el pelo. Póntelo en un ponytail con el cabello planchado. You don't have to do makeup, but do your skin routine if you want. Ponte cremita, lávate la cara, no sé. Pero remember, you're unique. And I'm going to keep saying it throughout the whole video, throughout the whole audio, until you get it cleared. Don't do it to impress the world. Do it to impress yourself. Day by day. Day by day. Remember who you are. Remember who you was before meeting him, before having children. Remember that. Don't forget. Don't lose yourself in this cruel society. Be yourself, be honest to yourself, and love yourself. Because I told you, if you don't love yourself, nobody is going to do it. Besides your mom and your dad, maybe your siblings. I'm not sure about your siblings. Your siblings are 50-50. They play a big role, but it's just really hard to understand siblings sometimes. But you know what? They're there. They will support you. Your husband's 50-50 too, because, I'm not going to lie. I done it too before. We turned our heads to see somebody else. But you know what? Just don't ever compare anybody to them. Do you understand? Because, no, don't do it. And if you ever feel like you're in your lowest points where you feel like, ay, no, es que no me siento bonita, no me siento hermosa, blah, 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 cámbialo. If you don't feel comfortable in your body, change it for yourself. Not because someone's telling you to do it. You feel like you're too overweight and you want to lose weight, then do it for yourself. Challenge yourself. In my case, if I feel too skinny, eat more. Gain a little weight. I'm doing it for myself. In my case, if I feel too flat from my ass, do some squats. Not to impress the world, to feel good for myself. Don't do anything for anybody. Do it for yourself. You want to change it for yourself. Not because someone's telling you to do it. That's not the point of it. That's not your objective. Your objective is to do it yourself, to feel good for yourself, to look good for yourself, not for the world, because the world is going to still talk shit about you, regardless if you look good, if you don't look good. Because si está muy flaca, que porque ya está muy flaca y no tiene nalgas, que porque si ya está muy gorda, que porque tiene una panzota, que porque si perdió peso, que porque le cuelgan los brazos, que siempre es una crítica con el mundo. O sea, si tú lo vas a hacerlo por ti mismo, y acuérdate que el mundo siempre va a estar hablando, pero tú no tienes por qué impresionar al mundo, solamente impresionarte a ti. So, párate en ese pinche espejo, y si no te gusta algo, cámbialo. Y si te gusta, ámalo. Because that's you. Es tu esencia. Y si te sientes bajoneada, cómprate unas flores. Cómprate una veladora. Prende la veladora. Tómate un vinito. Relájate. Y empiezas mañana otra vez. No te va a pasar absolutamente nada. Recuerda, bella eres. Que no lo quieras sacar, ese es tu problema. Pero ahora, como yo estoy aquí y me estás escuchando, yo soy tu problema porque te voy a sacar y te voy a decir, te me pones pretty, putona y te vas a poner bella y linda, como te quieras oír, porque soy muy fuerte primero. Excuse me. But yes, self-love is very important. Don't ever forget that. And if I have to remind you that you're gorgeous and you're beautiful and you're handsome and you're all of the above, then I will do it. Simple as that. Always, I'm trying to like talk, but I'm also looking at my iPad. It's going down battery wise. So that's why I'm like, oh my God, I gotta like wrap it up. So excuse me for that. I should charge my appliances more. Um, but or my electronics. I'm not sure. I think an appliance is like a microwave or a stove, isn't it? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, but other than that, always keep a mirror to yourself and remind yourself you're beautiful. I believe there's a song, "You're Beautiful in Your Own Way" or something like that. I can't remember. Um, I like a lot of pink due to the fact that it's a color that's the color of self love. You'll see me wear a lot of pink. You'll see me have a lot of pink, and that's the reason why. Because I am human, and I do tend to sometimes forget these things, and I have to remind myself that I'm beautiful in my way. I'm gorgeous. I'm talented. I'm famous. Está bien, no, ¿verdad? Pero ya le estoy echando mucha crema a los tacos, pero, you know, I'm not gonna lie. When I do have my bajones, like, puedo estar aquí arriba. Y luego me doy un caidón hacia abajo. Cañón, machín. But Pepe is very good at reminding me that I'm beautiful in my way, that I don't have to compare myself to anybody. I don't have to look like a certain way, that I am gorgeous in my own way. And this is why I tell you, I'm as fucked up as you guys can be. And I'm not saying you guys are fucked up, but I am fucked up as as the whole world. I have my days where I feel like I'm not worth myself, and I have someone that reminds me I do. And not just him, I actually have a circle of people, a circle. Not no, excuse me, no, perdón. Let me take that back. I actually have a circle of friends that are very supportive. That when I feel they remind me that I'm unique. And that's amazing because having a strong circle like that is something that you need in life. If you don't have that and you have someone that's bringing you down when you're down, then you don't need them. Córtalos. Córtalos. A la verge. No los necesitas. But if you have a support group where they tell you no, otherwise, then that's where you want to be. And like I mentioned, I'm like you guys. I tend to have my ups and downs. I tend to feel not my best. I have had people body shame me, and it has been the worst thing that people can do. I have had people try to compare me to other individuals, and it feels weird, I would say, because at one point I did kind of lost myself. There is a quote that I found the other day on Pinterest. It's a cute little picture, and it says, "If you ever lose yourself, find yourself in the things that you love." And that's what I've been doing. And one of the biggest things that I love, and a lot of people know, is music. I can listen to music all day, and that's like a peacemaker for me. And that's the way I started finding myself. And then I started remembering myself, little things like reading books, little little details that I like to do just to find myself and remember who I was. And I have lost myself, and I have found myself, and I have lost myself, and I have reinvented myself, and I have, like I've mentioned, all these episodes that I've had, and it's just insane because it's like a lot of people that know me from my 20s would know that I've always been a fucking diva. And I've never given a fuck about what people have to tell me. Excuse me, perdón, let me take that back. I've always been a fucking diva. I've never given a fuck about what people had to say about me. And then out of nowhere, a year or two, I was body shamed and I gave fucks. I gave a lot of fucks. And I felt horrible. And I remember that I had gained a couple pounds. And I was so happy. I was so proud of myself because I was like, I finally gained weight. I finally had um, some body structure because I've always been skinny. I've always been extremely thin, and I've always felt uncomfortable because a lot of people don't know these things. But I've been asked, "Are you anorexic? Are you bulimic? Are you even being skinny? You get questions or bullied in ways that you don't even imagine." And a lot of people are like, "Guys, you're skinny. What can possibly go wrong?" These questions. Do you think it's nice to have somebody ask you, "Are you bulimic? Do you eat? Do you have any eating disorder?" No, I just can't gain a lot of weight. I don't know why. It's like I eat, but thanks for calling me anorexic. Thanks for calling me bulimic. You're such an asshole. And it's like when I gained my pounds a few years ago, not a few years ago, it was like probably in 25, 24, 25. Can't remember. I had somebody actually tell me that I was overweight, that I looked extremely fat. I was mind blown, and I obviously started to get into a little bit of working out and trying to lose weight, and it really got to me. It really gets to you. I'm not gonna lie, it really got to me, and it got to the point where I started losing weight. And for people that have actually known me for a while, you guys know that I'm just gonna show a little bit. This part of my body was I was so thin where you could see my my bones. That's how skinny I've been. And this is why I sometimes tend to use a lot of long sleeves because I don't like my body. I've never liked it because of the comments that I've gotten. And the strongest ones are also like, "Oh, you're like a grown man and you have little boy arms," and it's like things like that. And it's just like, fuck. It's like even being skinny, you get body shamed, and imagine being overweight. It's like fuck. And then I gotta remember, I gotta sit down and be like, you know what, Michael? Look, I sit down. Literally, I like to sit in the fucking mirror and say, you know what? You're beautiful. You're in your own way. You're skinny. You got some pretty arms. You got a pretty body. It's like you're gorgeous. Accept yourself for who you are, and I do. But then when you hear comments like that, it sometimes brings you down, due to the fact that you're like, fuck. Hasta lo que no te tragas te hace daño, cabrón. O cabrona. It's like, deja a la gente en paz. No les bajes la autoestima, déjalos. This is why I tell you, if they bring down your autoestima, it's very hard to self-love yourself. I've been through it, and it's horrible. But when you come back from it and you start rebuilding yourself, it's amazing. This is why I started the video off talking instead of giving you my personal story. And I'm gonna now end it with my story. This is why I told you, you're beautiful in your own way. You're unique. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're gorgeous. And remember, be gorgeous from the inside out. Because if you're just gorgeous from the outside and not from the inside, ¿de qué te sirve? So, this whole self-love, this whole episode, I wanted to make it because it's time for us to regain that love that we should have for ourselves. And that love that we probably lost at one point because someone brought it down and we forgot about it. So work on that. It's not going to happen right now, the following day, but work on it day by day. You like to do your makeup? Do your makeup. If people tell you why you're doing your makeup, because I feel like it. If people say, oh, your makeup looks horrible, ignore it. You look gorgeous. Do your nails. For me, my nails. I love to have my nails, especially I only do one hand. I know, I'm sorry. But when for me the nails is very like something because if you've noticed, I talk a lot with my hands. I move my hands a lot. So for me, my nails is something that I like because it's the first thing people see when um, I'm moving my hands a lot. So I like to talk with my hands a lot. So, um, like I said, do your nails. If you like your makeup, do your makeup. Um, if you want to dress nicely, then dress nicely. If you want to dress casual, then wear casual clothes. Then do it. If you're gonna go grocery shopping and you want to wear heels, then go ahead and wear heels. Do what makes you feel pretty. What makes you feel good. What makes you feel gorgeous. It's like I walk around with a Coach purse and people stare at me and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This makes me feel pretty. This empowers me. Empower yourself. Love yourself. And fuck the world. Do I make myself clear? Because that's what we need to do. We need to start loving ourselves and stop caring about what people have to say. Stop caring on the images that we see on social media. Because you know what? You're beautiful your own way. And that's all I'm going to say. And with that being said, my loves, recuerden, turn on your pink candles. Get your pink cuarzos. Get some red roses. Yeah, red roses. Why not? Fuck it. Some pink roses. And remember, put them in your... I love to put mine in my vanity because I feel like a total celebrity. I feel like I am like getting my makeup done and I'm like, oh, my flowers are right there because, you know, I have a lot of fans and they love me and I'm just like, oh my God, yes, 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 yes. I built my own ego up. It's insane. But I know what it feels like to be up here and have them bring you down here. But once you start remembering who you are and you start going back up here, you don't go here. You go here. And when you look down at that person, oh, it feels fucking amazing. You're like, for me, it's like I look at them and I'm like, los barro, de arriba para abajo. And I'm like, remember? Oh, when you said I wasn't pretty enough? Well, guess what, bitch? I am now sexy. Way too goddamn sexy for you to even fucking address me. So, bye. So remember, don't let the world bring you down. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You don't like something of you? Change it. Work on it. Little by little by little. Reinvent yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. And remember, love yourself. And when you feel like you're going down, boop, 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 stop yourself. Get yourself your mirror. And remind yourself, you are one bad bitch and you are gorgeous. Don't you ever forget that. With that being said, good night, my loves. I'll see you next Tuesday.